Hi there, crafters! This is Verenicce from tweetcrafts.com. Thank you so much for joining me in Easter in Bloom, a mini-series that I'm doing on Easter-related crafts. Today's project is this cute little card right here. Now, I just love this fat little bird. Isn't he just adorable? I thought anyone would love to get him for Easter. So let me show you guys how to create this really cute card. Hi there, crafters! This is Verenicce from tweetcrafts.com. Thank you so much for joining me for Easter in Bloom, a mini-series that I'm doing on Easter-related crafts. Today's project is this cute little card right here. Now, I just love this stamp set. Look at this cute little fat bird. Isn't he just adorable? I think anybody could enjoy him for Easter. So let me show you guys how to create this sweet little card. First, you'll need your card base. Now I'm using Bermuda Bay and the measurements on it is 8.5 by 5.5. Now don't worry about writing any of this down. I'll have all the measurements on the comments linked below. So what you guys will need first is to score it down the middle. Now I've already done that. All you have to do is fold on the line and then burnish our score lines. Next, what I'm going to do is a stamp layer. Now this one measures 5.25 by 4. I'm going to be using the Honeycomb Happiness stamp set, this cute little bird, and the oh hello. I think it's cute because he's almost like saying, oh, hello. First, what I'm going to do is stamp this little guy all over the place. I've already mounted him on the block and I'm going to be using StazOn. Now when you use StazOn, make sure to use a StazOn remover so that way your stamp set doesn't get stained. I mean, you can use a baby wipe, but it doesn't remove it all the way, so just keep that in mind. I'm going to start where I want this bird. If you see, he's all patterned, but I did this one first and then I went along with the other ones afterwards. So I want him right about here. And then from here, I just do a random pattern of wherever I think he would look cute. There's no rhyme or reason in my stamping. I am simply sporadic stamping. I'm also keeping in mind that there will be a little tag right about here. If you see, I messed up right there, but it's okay. What I can do is I can bring out my secret weapon. If I do more of them, I might do another card. Oh, I did it again. If you see, I keep staining him, so I'm just gonna get a baby wipe and just wipe along that edge because I'm staining. Okay, last little bird. I'm gonna bring out my secret weapon since I messed up on 2 of my birds. Secret weapon, white out. Because it's an all white card, I can do that. Just make sure to do it very lightly. If you're using a different color, you might have to do another piece of paper. I actually do have another piece of paper here ready in case I messed up, but that wasn't too bad, so. Okay, while I'm still doing my stamping, I'm going to stamp my sentiment. Now, on the paper that I'm stamping, my sentiment is 2.25 by 3/4. I'm going to be using the Mellow Mambo. And then I'm going to angle it slightly to this side, but not too much, so that way it's not on top of my little bird. What you'll also need is another little scrap piece of paper, and what I'm going to do is stamp another one of my birds on here. And this is the one that I'm going to fussy cut out. You see, this one is colored in. He's actually on a dimensional, so he's a little bit higher than all the other birds. Right, there he is. Isn't he just adorable? I loved him. Now to color him in, I'm using these markers. Now Stampin' Up! Does sell really nice markers that you can use. I don't have any at the moment, so I'm just going to use these, and these work really good for me. What I'm also going to be using is one of these right markers. I'm going to be using macaron marker, and I will leave all this stuff in the comments below so you don't have to worry about writing any of it down. Okay, before I fussy cut him out, I'm going to color him in, and don't worry, I will fast forward coloring in and the cutting out. And just in case you want to know, this is the yellow blaze marker. Now for the fussy cutting. Make sure when you're fussy cutting him out that you leave a small white border all the way around. There's my little bird, all cut out. Isn't he just adorable? Okay, now it's time to start putting this little guy together. Okay, first we're going to add our baker's twine to the stamp layer. Okay, I'm going to add quite a bit for the bow. And I position him towards the bottom of the bird. That's just preference. I mean, you can put him wherever it suits your fancy, but that's where I put him. Now there's no science behind it, I just put it wherever I like it. But in case you want to know exactly where I put him towards the bottom side of my bird, right next to him, so that way I have enough room for my sentiment. Now from here, what I do is from here, turn it over and add tape. Just regular tape. And I just add it to the corners to make sure it doesn't move. Okay, there he is, all taped up. I also added glue dot. I'm not sure if you can see that. I'm also adding a mini glue dot. I'm adding a mini glue dot to the back of my bow. I notice that it stays a lot better when there's glue back there. Gives it better form versus it just being a really floppy bow. For my sentiment on my first card, I did dimensionals and I just added him right next to the bird. Not sure if you can see that it's popping up a little bit. I'm going to change it up and do something slightly different this time around. I really wanted to do something with a staple. I'm not really sure why I got the urge to add staples this time, but I wanted to do something different. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to add my little sentiment right about there. And on my last card, I cut out a little tag right here. Because I'm going to be doing the staple, I'm not going to do that this time around. Line it up to the edge, and I'm just going to use regular staple. There it is. I think it looks so cute. I'm not really sure why I wanted to do a staple, but I really did. I'm glad I did. It looks cute. Okay, move this aside, and I'm going to add dimensionals. Now, one thing I noticed on my last bird is that on his little legs would stick out a little bit, so I'm going to add a little bit of dimensionals on that as well. And I just cut it really, really fine so I can stick it on this leg area. Okay, make sure I don't see it on the other side. Make sure to remove the backing or else it won't stick. Dimensionals are good too, so that way the ribbon isn't really close to the bird. Then from here I just line it up from the little legs is where I start. Okay, before you push down, make sure that your bow is not in the way. Oh, he's coming out so adorable. I love these. They almost remind me of polka dots, and I love polka dots. I love a lot of stuff. Now for the last touch. I'm going to add dimensionals on the back of my card. Now I'm going to add some right here because of the baker's twine and my staple now. I don't want it to sag a little bit there, so I'm going to add some dimensionals. Now for the last part, adding on the stamp layer to our card. Now hopefully I won't get my head in the way. Try to even him up as best as I can. And there he is, all done. Isn't he just the cutest thing? Imagine getting this cute little guy in the mail. And there we have our 2 cards. I hope you guys enjoyed this project. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys like the staple or without staple? If you have any questions or comments, please pop them in the comment section below. And if you'd like to keep updated with what Tweet Crafts is up to, please subscribe to our channel. You guys can also check out the other projects that I've done for Easter in Bloom. I'll leave all that information in the links below. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you guys have a nice Easter. Bye now.